Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you guys can hear me. What is this? Oh, let me get this out of here. Hi, guys. Happy Wednesday. This is Migrant Wednesday. And we got a lot to talk about. Like number Rapping Magazine. Hi. Let me clear my throat. Oh, honey, I had a morning. I went and got my nails done. Well, honey, she was late, but she did a fabulous job. But she wasn't late because the client ahead of me was 30 minutes late. And I'm sorry. If you are a customer getting whatever service done and you have an appointment, if you are over 15 minutes, your appointment should be voided. It should be. 30 minutes late for appointment is crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that, honey. Yes. ICE has landed in New York City. And ICE presence in New York City is going to be there for a while, especially if Mandandy, and he's most likely, Mandandy is going to be the next mayor of New York City. So he needs to get used to the presence of the Trump administration in New York City. And now ICE has touched down on Canal Street. Mind you, Canal Street, that's all they do is sell knockoffs down in Chinatown. So I'm like, why are you just starting now? This should have been starting 2, 3 administrations before. So ICE touched down on Canal Street and it is chaos, honey. Yes, I'm going to share this clip. Let's see what it looks like. So, yeah, the people on in New York, they're upset because the federal immigration authorities arrested multiple people, including illegal vendors and arranged protesters Tuesday afternoon. So this all happened yesterday on Tuesday. Now, with the migrant crises, you have we have a government shutdown. We have a migrant crisis. We have National Guards. There's a lot going on in the nation. So I want to play this clip, and I have several clips.
ICE is trying to kidnap our neighbors off the streets.
That's Walker and Carroll.
I was standing in a crosswalk. We cannot stand as New Yorkers for this to happen.
Honey, why they shouting shame like this Game of Thrones and this is the walk of atonement? Atonement. All right. ICE is doing their job. They're not phased, and nor should they be. Nor should they be, because listen, you knew this was coming. This is what I and millions of other people voted for, to get the illegals up out of here. The Democrats calls this chaos. The Democrats calls this chaos because they allow over 20 million illegals to cross that border, to fly in, to come in on boats, to come down from Canada and everywhere else. And a lot of them were criminals. So people they locked up, they just gave them a court date and release, catch and release. They didn't keep documents, Because if that was the case, why didn't you hand over documentation of all the illegals that came in here? Just hand it over. You should have handed over to the Trump administration, and they could have just rounded up those people. But now they're like, you know what? We're rounding up everybody. If you were an illegal here for 10 plus years, you got to go. If you wasn't an illegal here for the last 6 months, the last 2 years, you got to go. Everybody has to go. But the Democrats caused this chaos because they allowed for us to have open borders. So no, I don't feel bad. And if you notice the crowds that say shame and no ICE this and get ICE out of here, blah, 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 they're white liberals. Yeah. Or unless there are immigrants of their own or illegals complaining. But it's mainly the white liberals. They don't got nothing to do with black people. Let me share this here. Because this is where it all started. I don't know who this YouTuber is, but this is where it all started.
How much?
Yo, what's up? We don't do no fucking camera. Fuck the fucking camera.
Hey.
Keep fucking pushing.
Hey,
you heard?
hey,
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Hey,
Fuck
back
you
up,
with your
back
fucking
off,
camera.
back off.
I said, fuck you with your camera. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Who the fuck you work for, bitch ass nigga? Who the fuck you work for? Bitch, who you work for? Fuck you, nigga.
You're in public.
Get the fuck out of here. Yo, listen, you gonna get the fuck out of
Hey,
here.
hey.
Beat your fucking
Back
ass
up.
over here. Get the
Hey,
fuck
hey.
out of here with that shit. You gonna get fucked up. I'm telling you,
Wait,
bro.
back up,
You gonna
back
get
up.
fucking fucked up over here.
Back
Get
up,
the fuck
back
out
up.
of here. Keep
Back
your fucking
back
pussy.
up.
Get the fuck out of here. That's what y'all do, snitch ass motherfucker. Look at yourself in there.
Hey.
Take that shit somewhere else.
Hey,
Come
why
on, man. Keep
are
it
you mad
fucking
at me?
pushing. Keep it pushing.
Why are you mad at me?
Take it over there somewhere else.
I am.
Yeah, you work for the fucking who you work for?
By myself.
All right, get out of here with
Look,
that
I just
fucking
bought some
camera.
Rolex.
That's right.
I just bought a
Fuck
Rolex.
you with the Rolex. So
It's a
fuck
fake
outta
one.
here.
It's a fake one,
It's
so.
a fake one. Go to the fucking store and get the real one. Get the fuck out of here with your cameras. Snitch ass motherfuckers. But what the fuck is y'all here for? This is how the fuck we eat. That's how the fuck we eat. So get the fuck out of here.
I'm leaving.
So get the fuck out of here.
Where you come from?
You get the fuck out of here.
Where
I
you-
come from your mother, bitch.
Really?
You bitch.
No, you didn't.
Fuck out of here.
Why are you mad at us?
Go fucking suck some
We
dick.
can be here on the street. This is public street.
Yo, get the
We have the
fuck
First
outta here,
Amendment.
nigga. This our block, you bitch ass nigga. Get the fuck
This is your
outta
block?
here. Yeah, motherfucker. So somebody spend this motherfucker and take the camera away.
I can be here. I don't have anything to be worried about because I'm not doing anything illegally. You see what happens? People come in from other countries illegally. They get mad at you on the streets of the United States. Then they shouldn't be doing stuff illegally. Then they shouldn't be doing stuff illegally.
Hey, that's not your fucking business if you do legal nigga.
Because me,
Hey, hey.
put me in there.
Hey.
I will smash this bitch.
Hey.
And you won't fucking lost it.
Hey. Hey. All right, we're out. See what happens? That's the problem. If you just can't let this go on, people need to start standing on business. These people are selling illegally on the streets of New York City. Cameraman just got punched in the face. Took one for the team. He just took one cold right there. You just can't allow this to happen in the biggest city in the United States for people to be selling drugs. They're selling marijuana illegally. That's why they're mad. Thing is, these people don't have papers. You guys heard it there. He said this is his block. It's not his block. He's here illegally. He doesn't... Back.
So let me say this about the Africans, right? Or just about the illegal quote unquote illegal immigrants or migrants, especially on Canal Street. A lot of these people, right, from New York, the workers, these black guys, they're Africans, the vendors, the vendors. A lot of them do have permits, some don't, but that's part of New York. And I could tell that podcaster person, he was trolling. He's not a New Yorker. Canal Street, Chinatown, that's all they do is vendors selling knockoff. It's been like that for centuries, for decades, a couple of centuries. So that's New York. That's part of New York. And at first I'm like, wait a minute. I want to see where are the Asians? There should be a lot of Asians being arrested in Chinatown, because what's not being talked about, because yes, I do see a lot of black immigrants or black illegals, Hispanic illegals being arrested, deported, and shipped out. But I'm not seeing a lot of European illegals or Asian illegals. And make no mistake about it, Chinatown, the reason why Chinatown is Chinatown for decades, for centuries in New York City. The reason why it stays Chinatown is because a lot of Chinese people own those buildings. And Canal Street is nothing but knockoffs, but fake stuff. And that man is right. That's how they make a living. This is nothing new. Everybody knows this. Now, do they sell drugs? Is there any type of underground stuff going on there? Yes. But everyone knows this. Democrats, Republicans, whoever. But this is a new day. It is a new day. The ICE, the Department of Homeland Security, Trump didn't wake up one day and say, hey, let's go to Canal Street. No, this was planned. Now, I did start doing some research, and I did see some Chinese people or Asians being arrested. There was some Asians arrested, and I was like, okay, that's good. Because that's what I want to see. I don't want to see just a whole bunch of black people, especially when we're talking about Chinatown. See, a lot of the Chinese exploit their own people. They bring in a lot of illegal Chinese people to work in the sweatshops that we don't see on the storefronts or on the sidewalk with the vendors. So there are a lot of Asian illegals in Chinatown on Canal Street. So don't just go pick up the Africans. I want to see some Asians being detained. I want to see some Asians in handcuffs too. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. The day was coming.
Officers from the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement were seen detaining the individuals near Canal Street, near Church and Broadway on Tuesday afternoon. Over a dozen federal officers wearing vested red police federal agent were seen walking on the sidewalk in Lower Manhattan.
Arabs too. They gotta go too. Yep.
The officers got in the car and left the area. The area normally has lots of street vendors, and now the streets are clear. As you could see, that live shot going on right now, I wanted to bring you.
Now listen. Here's the thing though, for these media news outlets. You know, if you're not from New York, don't act like those vendors, oh, they were so bad or whatever, because the vendors on Canal Street, that's why a lot of tourists, that's part of the reasons why a lot of tourists come to New York City, not just for Times Square, but they go downtown, you know, to the waterfront and to Canal Street. A lot of tourists shop on Canal Street. So that's a tourist section. So stop acting like, oh my God, it's so clean and it's so safe. No, listen, like that man said, a lot of those vendors, that's how they make their money, period. That's how they make their money. Our government, whether it's local, state, federal, everybody know that workers on Canal Street are either undocumented immigrants or illegals. So my question is, you know, if you are picked up because you're an illegal and you don't have your papers, but you've been here for 10 years, that's a lot of people getting round up. They've been here for 10 years, 20 years, and they still have illegal status. My thing is, why didn't you get some type of paperwork? And even if you applied, our immigration system, our immigration department is the pits. It is horrible. It is horrible. There are people who can't even get residency. And then two, because a lot of public officials turn a blind eye, you know, the illegals at a certain time, they didn't apply for anything. And maybe because they had a criminal record from the country they came from. Either way, those days are over. Being a vendor on Canal Street, making money. It's over. Everybody has to go. I don't care if you've been here 20 years, 1 year, 10 years. It doesn't matter. You got to go. My problem is it shouldn't just be Black, dark people or just South American people. I want to see some Asians. I want to see the Arabs. I want to see some Eastern Europeans. I want to see a whole rainbow of colors being arrested and detained, because you have a whole rainbow of colors who are here illegally. Yeah.
Well, I think for the people in New York, they're going to see ICE and our other federal partners do the law enforcement mission, right? This wasn't something just organically happened overnight. We decided to go hit Canal Street. With any criminal investigation, you have to build up intelligence. You have to work with sources. You have to go ahead and have the right evidence and work with the U.S. Attorney's Office. So, but you will see an increase in ICE arrests because there are so many criminally illegal aliens that have been released in New York specifically, and especially that are being harbored in, New York, from the lack of cooperation there in New York City. So you will see us making those criminal arrests to make New York safe again. But I will tell you that it's definitely intelligence driven. It's not random. We're just not pulling people off the street. There was a specific reason based on criminal intelligence and criminal activity that we showed up on Canal Street.
Okay. Thanks for the clarity. They're not just pulling people off the streets. Okay, cool. What else I'm on the show here? Now, do you guys remember this fool here who posted a TikTok video of him and his boys supposedly looking like thugs and gangs and gangsters? And it said that, the cartel said, y'all got a $50,000 bounty for an ICE or whatever, some stupid mess. So now the FBI is investigating his black ass. And he's saying that that whole video was false. That wasn't him. So this is this black teenager, my response to Homeland Security ICE rumor video.
So I'm getting these mad messages from my DMs and social media and on my comments. And I randomly get a text message talking about a recent video that was posted in my account. I was like, what are y'all talking about? By the way, I'm sick, so if I sound weird, yeah. I get threats daily on IG and everywhere all over my social media all of a sudden due to an old video I posted months ago about Iran. That was not to be a threat. It was literally a joke, bro. Like, seriously, it's just content. Anyways, once I seen that video that was posted in my account, then I was like, what the fuck? Well, then I posted this like months ago. Then I seen the caption. And then I was like, wait, I didn't do that. I still got the video saved on my draft from months ago on TikTok, bro. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Now, here's the fucked up part. Federal government is involved with something that I didn't do. Like, what? So this is what they reposted off my TikTok. That video got taken down. So here's what they reposted on their page. Now that video is going crazy as hell on Twitter, bro. Now I'm a threat to the government for something that I didn't do, bro. I'm being called a wannabe YN, a wannabe gangster over a video that I didn't caption or I didn't post. So thankful my followers for letting me know about this, because seriously, this is getting out of hand. Like, literally, this is going crazy, viral all over social media right now. Probably might end up being on the news, bro. So my apologies for that contradiction and rumors from happening. I know my First Amendment, but I did not post that video. So to clear that out, I did not post that video, and I apologize for all the rumors that is going around right now on social media about this conflict. And those other kids that was on the video, bro, they volunteered to want to be on the video, bro. I asked them if they wanted to be on the video, and then they said, yeah, they agreed with it. But they wasn't really aware with the caption. The caption for the Iran video.
Yeah, this is getting on my nerves. I can't. And first of all, you got that stupid music playing. You sound slow. You first of all, I bet you he can't even tell us nothing about Iran. If that was the case. If he why would you even post a caption, "We're coming for Iran"? You probably never even travel outside the country. If your black ass was in Iran, come on, they will put you on a wall. Stop it. So he sounds like he has no type of intellect when it comes to geopolitics. So why are you posting anything? Now, AI is AI. It's going to do what it's going to do. But the feds, they have access to determine whether a video was alternated, fake, or what have you. I don't believe that they will manipulate something to make it seem like he really did it. Why? He's not important. He's not. But of course, Joy Reid, she, anytime it has to do with black fatigue, anytime it has to do with, defending anything with a black person, whether they're right or wrong, she's going to go to her social media and talk about it. So she's Negro explaining the situation.
Hey fam, so the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem's outfit, is now weaponizing social media against the American people and putting Americans' lives at risk. The Department of Homeland Security ex-Twitter account posted this video purporting to show a group of young black men threatening ICE agents, saying there's a 50,000 bounty on your heads and, we're coming for you. And then they make a threat back and say that if you threaten ICE agents, we're coming to get you. Well, turns out the video is an AI fake. An astute user on X-Twitter noticed that the Homeland Security video, which is a TikTok video, they've actually changed the caption on the video. The original TikTok video has a completely different caption that's not about ICE at all. It's about Iran. They even changed the music. That's how you know it was re-edited, because the musical track on the clip is different. The caption is completely different. And they've essentially used this young man's video in order to create a fake appearance, a fake threat against ICE.
Again, I'm not convinced. Why would they want to create a fake video and target him? Something's not adding up here. I think the black boy is guilty. I think he's guilty. I think he's guilty of just silly shit.
From young they've invented by stealing this young man's content.
So basically, ICE, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, stole his content to make it look like he was issuing a TikTok threat to ICE agents, all so that they can create a narrative story of being attacked. Well, let's just quickly analyze that, because ICE agents, Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, they don't have to make up stories, or no, they do make up stories, but they don't have to take a TikTok video or any video to alternate it to make it look like that person is threatening them, because they already get threats every day. They get threats all the time. They have proof. When you go to Portland, Antifa, all these protests, they're getting threatened. The ICE agents. So why would they pick a nigga to target? A young black teen who is trying to parlay like he is a YN. Why? And so now it is a narrative going around that black people are being targeted in these ICE raids. So this is a good question that I would like to ask. Are black people being targeted by ICE? So is ICE agents questioning a black person because they're black? I don't think so. And then two, are we being mistaken for black immigrants? Is ICE agents, is their tactics to question and detain someone who is non-white?
I almost got detained by an ICE agent on my mail route. All right, man. So look, I swear I never thought I would be in a position to get deported from the country that I was born in. So, like, I'm out here doing my mail route as usual, just trying to finish up the day. And the next thing I know, like, it's an ICE agent, like, telling me to put my hands where he can see them. So at first, I thought it was like a joke or something. I'm like, sir, like, I'm with the U.S. Post Office. I'm literally at work. But he not laughing. He like circling around me like, what country I'm from, where was I born, and if the vehicle was mine. So I pull out my little ID, whatever, and, I show him my work scanner. I even show him like my little mail keys, whatever. So he's still not buying it. Like, he like, it's a federal offense to impersonate a postal worker, right? Bro, my heart dropped as soon as he said that. Like, how do you even prove like you work somewhere when the person doesn't want to believe you? So the next thing I know, another agent walk up, hand near his holster, and I'm just standing there with my mail bag like halfway open, like, sir, like, these are bills and coupons, like, not contraband. So they starting to ask if I got documentation proving if I'm a U.S. citizen. I said, yeah, like my birth certificate, like it's at home. And one of them radios in, and I hear him say, possible impersonator claims he's USPS. That's when I realized, like, okay, they like dead serious. So I had to get him my supervisor number like on the spot, and they actually called my station. And thank God my supervisor answered. She like, oh yeah, Brian, like he's one of our carriers, like. And the agent just looked at me for a second, nodded, and goes, next time wear your full uniform. And then walked off just like nothing happened. Just like messed my whole morning up, bro. So, I don't know, y'all. At this point, I just sat back in my truck for a minute just thinking like, yo, it's crazy how like things can just like flip instantly. Like, 1 second you delivering people's mail, and the next second you explaining like why you exist here. I don't know, y'all. That was a crazy situation. Like, since that day, like, I don't step foot outside. I try to have my full uniform on, have my badge on. I don't got it right now, whatever. But, I mean, because out here, like, being a federal worker don't always protect you. So, I don't know. That's crazy. What y'all think I should do, chat? I don't know. Let me know something, chat. Let me know something.
He's lying. He's lying. And this is why he's lying. You are a postal worker. You always have to have your uniform. If you notice his jacket, that is a United States Postal, what is it? USPS jacket. It has that on the jacket. They give them winter coats, fall coats, sweaters. You have to have not just a hat, but the jacket on. If the shirt, if it's too cold and you need to cover the shirt, you have to have the USPS coat. That is part of your uniform. You cannot wear a regular coat as a mail delivery person. You always, and so when he said, I'm going to make sure I have my uniform, sir, you should be written up for not having your uniform. That is mandatory. I've never seen a mailer, what do you call it? Mailbox man. I never seen the postal man out of uniform. So this is the problem with social media and these videos. Everybody is just lying. Everybody is putting silly stuff out there for likes and clicks and views. I don't even believe his story. No ICE agent is not going to harass a postal worker unless they have some serious intel from the FBI or someplace saying that person is under investigation. And I doubt this was the case. So Are black people being targeted by ICE? Absolutely not. But do you make yourself a target? Yeah, because I just showed two examples. This one and the YN who want to pretend he was a thug and that he was talking mess about Iran, knowing he probably can't even point to Iran on a map. And you, sir, you need for going on social media during work hours, lying, and admitting to not having your uniform on. There's no such thing as casual workers when it comes to the USPS. You have to have the coat on and it has the USPS logo along with the hat or no hat, or your shirt that has the USPS on it at all times. I've never seen a postal worker without their uniform. I'm sorry. And you are a mail carrier, he's a liar. He's a liar. And ICE, listen, I reported on my show the other day that what's her name? Christy Nom, honey. She said that they had 10,000 openings for ICE, over 100,000 applicants. ICE need to hire more law enforcement agents. They need more. They need more. Now, Sonny Austin, who's on The View, who is a multimillionaire, who is a lawyer, she lives in a very upscale all-white community. And yes, she has a black husband, black kids. She's black. And she made this statement today about her son and the police.
As a mother of black children, I know that black boys are not given the presumption of innocence and the presumption of youth. She's calling the police and saying they're trying to steal her car, and they're 11 years old. They don't know how to drive. And so for me, what was interesting was I have had to be in the position where I have gone to my local police department because I know my son is going to be training for the Junior Olympics, running around the neighborhood in an all-white neighborhood. And I have brought him to the police and said, he belongs to me. This is my son. Do not harass him. Do not stop him. As a mother.
So this wealthy woman, and by the way, her husband is a surgeon. So this wealthy woman took her son to the police department where she lived at in an upscale community and said, this is my son. Do not harass him, blah, 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 blah. Ma'am, why would you live in a community if you know that they have a problem with police harassment or police brutality? Why are you not writing your state representative, your mayor, your city council, if there is a problem in your community where you live at? That type of problem. I will never, I don't care if it's black, white, I don't care what community. I'm never in America, I'm never taking my kids, my grandkids, well, my kids are grown, but either way, or my grandkids to a police department saying, these are my kids. We live in this neighborhood. Just make sure you don't harass my children. What? As a homeowner, a taxpayer paying those taxes, I got to go to the police department. I don't need to be living there. And if there is a problem like that with my resources and the people I know, the powerful people I would know in her position, I want an investigation into that department. But I'm never going to tell a system, a department, don't bother my son because we live here and we're not criminals. That's crazy work. Willie, even if she didn't know, if she probably didn't know before she moved there, I don't care. I don't care. So I look at it, listen, what are we doing here? Come on. If you feel as though the police department where you live at, whether it's urban, whether it's upper class, whether it's gated community, especially if it's a gated community, I'm not going to the police department to tell you shit. If I feel as though there is a harassment problem, I'm going to the mayors, I'm going to the press, I'm going to the police unions, I'm going to the governor, I'm going to the people that can make the change. And people who live in those communities, these wealthy people, no matter what color you are, you have power to make that change. You have more power than the rest of us regular folk. So I'm not buying this. I'm tired of I'm tired of the black fatigue. I'm tired of the black fatigue. And I never thought I'd say it. I'm tired of the white fatigue too, but I'm tired of the black fatigue. If you are a wealthy person, ma'am, I don't want to hear about your problems. I don't. Because you have none. You have no problems. Now, remember when Trump changed the H-1B visas to $100,000? Honey, these corporations lost their minds. Yes, they did. Corporations lost their mind. And Walmart, I don't want to say too big to fail, but they're too big to fail. You're talking about billions, close to trillions of dollars in revenue, right? But honey, Walmart saying, listen, we ain't hiring no more H-1B visas employees because we ain't paying that $100,000. Now, I believe Walmart has the $100,000 to give, but they ain't paying it.
We need workers, we need great workers, and this pretty much ensures that that's what's going to happen. I think, Sean, do you agree with that?
Well, they're $100,000 per year. So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land. Train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here, $100,000 a year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board. We've spoken to them about the gold card.
They love it. They love it. They really love it. They need it.
H-1Bs are sometimes used by people already in the country legally on other visas or student visas. Does this apply to them or to renewals, or does it only apply to people applying for the first time from abroad?
Renewals, first times, the company needs to decide, do they want, is that person valuable enough to have $100,000 a year payment to the government, or they should head home and they should go hire an American. The whole idea, it's annual, and it's for total, it can be a total of 6 years. So $100,000 a year, so either the person is very valuable to the company and America, or they're going to depart and the company's going to hire an American, and that's the point of immigration. Hire Americans and make sure the people coming in are the top people. Stop the nonsense of letting people just come into this country on these visas that were given away for free. President is Chris.
So, yeah, I agree. And I thought it was a one-time fee. No, this is annual. They have to pay $100,000 annually. Ain't no corporation doing that. Good. And the reason why I respect this tactic from the Trump administration is because they're not directly telling corporations what they can and cannot do. No, they're giving them an option. Sometimes you have to give people options in order for them to make the right decision, right? Or for things to go your way. So yeah, good. Because honestly, first of all, Walmart, right? Their regular workers, they don't pay them nothing. And on top of that, they hire more part-time workers at Walmart than they do full-time. And that way, the people who work part-time and they're getting paid minimum wage, which isn't nothing, they still qualify for food stamps, right? And welfare. So Walmart has always double dipped. The employees are on food stamps, so the employees take that SNAP card and shop at Walmart along with other people who have that SNAP card. And that is why they only hire part-time and not full-time. And the H-1B visas, I'm like, okay, what positions are you hiring them for? Are these executive positions? Because this guy below, I forgot his name, but he talked about they could give those positions to someone getting out of college. Oh, so you're hiring foreigners to come work in an executive level instead of hiring an American to work in executive level so they can have a good salary and health care. But then the Americans, you want to hire Americans locally to work in the store to pay them minimum wage and only give them part-time hours so that they can still apply for food stamps and spend them food stamps at Walmart. Well, Walmart and other stores, they're about to have an awakening because allegedly SNAP will be cut November the 1st if this government shutdown continues. Millions of Americans who rely on the Supplemental Nutritionist Assistance Program, SNAP, could be left scrambling for food come November if the government shutdown continues. SNAP, sometimes known as food stamps, is a federal program that provides low-income families monthly benefits to afford healthy food. Funds for the program are allocated monthly. So October benefits went out as usual, despite the shutdown. However, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which oversees the SNAP program, said earlier this month that there will not be enough funding to pay all the benefits for November if the shutdown continues. Mind you, this is a Democrat shutdown. Just like we have a Democrat migrant crisis chaos going on, this is a Democrat shutdown, government shutdown. So Walmart is losing money left and right? Because they were supermarkets and local businesses like bodegas and corner stores. Food stamps make up 30% of their revenue, 20 to 30%. Your company or your business will go under if you lose 20 and 30% profit. You'll end up having to close your business. So SNAP is actually keeping a lot of businesses such as Walmart, even Whole Foods, and local supermarkets, corner stores, bodegas. Food stamps help keep those businesses operating because that's a minimum of 20% to 30%. They get funding from the federal government via SNAP. So if you're going to be cutting SNAP, you're going to be cutting into the Walmart profits. And let me tell you this, when you start cutting into these legacy companies, corporate companies such as Walmart, because that's the family. Somebody going to have to answer to that. I guarantee you right now on this show at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the government shutdown will be over before Halloween. Matter of fact, the government shutdown will be over by next week, Monday. Because CEOs of Amazon, because Whole Foods is under Amazon, Walmart, Food Lion, Pathmark, ShopRite, all of these supermarket chains, bodegas in New York and New Jersey, that's a bodega association out down in the Dominican Republic. They do business here. So you have the bodega association, the supermarket chains, all these executives, they're going to be knocking on every congressperson door, especially the Democrats, saying, y'all need to sign and pass these damn bills. Y'all need to pass Trump's bill. because I'm losing money over here. I can't afford, well, no business can afford to lose 20 and 30% because they're not getting that SNAP federal funding. They'll go under. So, my damn dog. He barks at the mailman. That's the mailman. In uniform, honey. In uniform. So my point is this. When the USDA said, hey, shut up. When the USDA says, hey, SNAP is going to get cut, corporate execs are going to be knocking on Congress people doors, and the Congress people are going to answer, Republican and Democrats, because these are the said people that donate millions of dollars into their campaign. Oh, campaign funds are going to be withdrawn and held back. And Trump knows this. This is why he was not going to budge on that bill, on the funding bill. The Republicans were not going to budge because they knew corporations, the food chain corporations such as Walmart and others, are going to be knocking on these Congress people doors and telling them, if you don't pass this bill, I'm going to withdraw my money from your campaign, from your reelection, or I'm not going to donate. They have the power. So I say all that to say, by Monday, I guarantee you this government shutdown will be over. So my point is, all of you people who receive SNAP benefits, don't get in a tizzy. You're still going to get all your money in November because this shutdown is not going to last much longer. They're not. The C-suites are not going to have it. They are not about to lose 20, 30% because Democrats are mad that they're not in control. Am I missing anything else? And guys, please hit the like button. I don't know if I said that. I did not. Go sit down. Hit the like button, thumbs up, thumbs up. You see this Q code over here? Click on the Q code and please donate to my fundraiser. I have not been promoting my fundraiser. I have to be more diligent about that. So hit the Q code right here and donate to the fundraiser. The fundraiser is the Real Dana platform. I plan on expanding to bigger projects and I need you guys' help. Now, here's the last thing that I want to say. Well, I want to share here. So last week, I was talking about Stephen A. Smith going in on Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, and he had every right to do so. And I 1000% agree with him. And so Jasmine Crockett, all of a sudden now, peeping her head up, because you have the black boule, black media liberal lovers that were going in on Stephen A. Smith, telling people to boycott his show, don't listen to him, because he's not aligned with the black Democrat bullshit, right? So this is Jasmine Crockett, Joy Reid, Don Lemon Booty, talking again about Stephen A. Smith.
I just want to say, can we get some of these bojankety, tap dancing, ignorant brothers out here, black men, to stop attacking black women publicly, especially when they don't know what the F they're talking about? We need to be supporting each other. And if you're going to come at somebody, come at them with some real information. Stop going around criticizing black women because the shit is just ain't right.
Everybody saw the movie Django Unchained. Remember the name of the person who cared more about the love of the slave master than he did about the love of his people or the care for his people? His name was Stephen. And Stephen was somebody who was willing to sell out his fellow African enslaved people. So what I would say to the Stephens who are in our world today, understand that the master will never love you.
There are people that have taken the time to understand that I always keep at the forefront the people that elected me to DC. What you see, if you're not in my district, may not necessarily be all of the substance that also comes with me, but there is plenty of substance. And if anybody ever wanted to ask, just like anything else, I always have receipts for the work that I have done. So I will just say that I appreciate the community and the culture, because this is something that I never even had to address or deal with, because the community decided to speak up before I even knew what was happening. So I appreciate you. It does hurt, because it's like I expect more and better. And frankly, I am always down for a real conversation. I really am. I mean, but I haven't even experienced that type of stuff coming out of even Black men on the other side of the aisle in Congress. They even have enough respect to say we disagree on this policy or whatever, and we'll go back and forth. But like, they have not tried to do what somebody else tried to do. So it's all good when you know that you're walking in the purpose that God has put on your life. I'm gonna keep doing me, and you know,
Amen.
the world will continue.
Even was some, and I hate to say this, but she's a nigger and she's a liar. That's so wrong. She's a liar. She's a black. No, I would say this. She's a black liar. She's a black liar. You're a black liar. First of all, she said she never even had to deal with this for Black people on the other side of the aisle. Girl, there are only 2 Black people on the other side of the aisle. That's Representative, what's his name? Brandon? Somebody. I forgot. He's running for governor of Florida. And Tim Scott in the Senate. And yes, they do call you dumb and ratchet. They call you ratchet, girl. They call you ratchet. Especially Byron Donalds. Especially Byron Donalds. Because you're a fake ratchet. You a fake ratchet. And you know who just say Stephen A. Smith. That's his name. Stephen A. Smith is not a hater. He loves Black women. He loves Black people. He had to put up with a lot of stuff dealing with ESPN and Disney. He always support Black people, put a lot of Black people on. And you know why she's wrong? And you know what? I'm going to do a deep dive into the Democrats and Jasmine Crockett and Roland Martin. Because she's saying that the only people that matter are her constituents, the people that voted her in. That's who she works for. Okay. If you are a congressperson, yes, the people, your constituents vote you in so that you could go to Congress and help your district. But that's not it. Congress help their individual districts. However, they also help the state that they're from, that they represent, because you're representing a state, and you're also representing the nation, because Congress controls the purse. We are in a government shutdown right now because of the purse dispute, which goes far beyond your district of constituents that voted for you. So when these Congress people are voting for the funding bill, they're not just voting for their district. You're voting for all of Americans because you work for all of Americans. It's just that your district voted you in to send you to Congress to work for all of Americans. She's supposed to work for all of us, not just her district. And that's how you call out these liars when they want to say, well, I do work. I did this for my district. Girl, that's half of your job description. Because the other half is, what are you doing for the nation? Calling Trump an asshole or a piece of shit or racist? No, ma'am. Roland Martin said it because he called himself trying to check Stephen A., telling Stephen A. to do his research, but he said it. She doesn't meet with Trump, only congressional leaders. So that goes to her case even worse. Ma'am, why are you calling this man out? You don't sit down and talk to him. And that does make you ratchet and ghetto and ignorant because you're cussing out a person who you know you would never be in a room with to cut a deal with, which is why you talk mad shit, because you're not in the room with the people that are making the decisions. But half of your job is to your constituents The other half is to the American people. You dumb fuck. And this is why I am tired of the black fatigue. You people got to realize Congress people, whether they're Republican or Democrat, they are working for us. They control the purse. They're the ones that have to vote on whether we go to war with another country. The president can't do that. Congress does. Congress sets the budget. I'm calling you dumb, nickel. And let me get to some of these comments. Like, y'all are like bugging. Betty, Trump hates you. So I don't care. Is he doing his job? Is he doing what I voted for him to do? American founded by immigrants. You a whole lie. You are a liar. You're a liar. Wasn't founded by no immigrants. Well, technically, no. You can't find something when somebody was already here. Nobody didn't find America. Nobody didn't discover America because people were already here. You a bold-faced liar. Nadine, I think you made this comment when I was talking about your black politicians. Girl, bye. Okay, so Brian says, I'm not in uniform right now. Brian, are you a postal worker? And if you're not in uniform, you need to be written up because that's ghetto and that's unprofessional. You've seen every U.S. I've seen a whole lot in my lifetime and they all had on uniform. I've never seen a postal worker out of their uniform. Moses says, my Nana worked for Postal Service for 45 years and she always had her uniform. She is not retired. Yeah. See, listen, them old school postal workers, they do a hell of a job. The new school, y'all lazy. As a casual employee of the USPS is a non-bargaining union, non-career employee with a limited term appointment who is hired to supplement the regular workforce. They perform duties assigned to bargaining unit positions, but have no guaranteed hours, receive no benefits like paid leave, and their position will not lead to a career appointment. Casual employees are paid for hours worked and are hired to perform work of supplement or temporary nature, often filling in during peak hours. Okay, that's nice. Just came across you, like the message. Thank you, Country Wallace Anthony. And Undisputed says, I have white fatigue. Yes, I have white fatigue too. I have black and white fatigue. And I have illegal fatigue. I have illegal migrant fatigue. I have white fatigue. I have black fatigue. I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all just complaining. And this is today's show. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here with me today. And like I said, here, take your phone and just take a picture of the Q card here, Q code, and support my fundraiser. Yes. Support the fundraiser. Everybody have a wonderful week. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, wait, honey, let me stop. Let me give you a full close-up look. Wait. I got to do like facial expressions, but when I do my thumbnails, like. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.